Good afternoon, everyone. A very warm welcome. Greetings of peace. My name is Anamika, and I'm a student at Brahmakumaris Silicon Valley Center, practicing Raj Yoga meditation from last 8 years. And I will be your presenter today. And the webinar topic is conflict to harmony in relationships. So before we begin this session, let's have meditation for a few minutes. Sit comfortably. Relax your body. Consciously inhale and exhale. Let go of anything, any scenes from past. Let go of all. Just feel your own breathing. As my thoughts are slowing down, I can feel the quietness inside. Bring all your attention completely here and now. Thank you. So as today's topic is conflict to harmony in relationship. So we all know relationships are very, very precious. If you go anywhere in the world and ask what is the most important thing, and they will say, my family, my relationship. And why is that? Because no matter whatever the life brings, today it's challenge of COVID, tomorrow it may be any financial crisis. But whatever the life brings, if I have a very nice family, means I have a good connection with my family, so I will be able to manage because I'm getting the nutrients of love, of care, and belongingness from the family. So they are like a garden. Relationships are like a garden. If you have a weed growing in a garden, don't have to attend them. But if you plant a flower that needs attention, you need to water them at right time. You need to make sure that they get right amount of sunlight and warmth so that they can grow very well. Similarly, every single relationship, whether it's parents or child, or it's husband wife, or it's brother sisters, or in office it's boss or colleague, or neighbor and neighbor, any relationship is just like a precious flower in the garden of our life, and we need to nurture it, we need to value it. And on the other side, if you see the relationships are so fragile, if you ask anyone what is the thing which has given you the most happiness in your life, and majority will answer, my relationship, my family. And immediately if you ask next question, what is the thing that has caused sorrow, the answer will be same. So we know how the relationship has both sides of the coin, and relationships are getting harder and harder day by day. Why the relationships are not so strong, even though we are doing so much? If you ask anyone, why are you working so hard? They will say, for my family. And even sometime after spending the whole lifetime, and still we feel why the relationship is not that strong. Are we missing something? Is there any missing link? Let's explore today. So we all in this webinar, we all are experienced in relationship, isn't it? So what is that one thing which we want in our relationship? How our relationship should be? If we can just describe in one word, I would encourage everyone to participate in this and write your answer in the chat window and sister will read it for you. What is that one thing which we want in our relationship? How our relationship should be?
Care, harmony, peaceful, respectful, trust,
Wonderful.
happiness.
Perfect. And that's what we all want, isn't it? We want love, we want harmony, we want happiness, we want peace, we want trust. And yes, that's what we need. We need care, we need happiness, we need love, we need peace, we need harmony. So now, let's see, do I experience these with the self? Because first relationship is with the self. So do I experience peace with the self? Do I experience harmony within? Do I care for myself? So first relationship is with the self. Does it sound strange? Does it sound odd? But actually that's the truth and we'll see how today. So we need to ask ourselves these questions. How do I treat myself? How do I talk to myself? You know that little man inside our head? How do I talk, that self-talk? Do I value myself? Do I respect myself? When I make mistake, am I forgiving? Or I am abusive. I say you are hopeless. You are messy. Such a mess you are. Nobody loves you. That negative self-talk. And why? Because if I don't value myself, means I'm insecure inside. I'm fluctuating inside. Is there any possibility of having a stable relationship with anyone else when I myself is fluctuating? Imagine how in that state of insecurity and neediness, when I enter into the relationship, how that relationship would be. And in that state of emptiness, when I enter into the relationship, what I will do? When I am empty inside, I will ask other person for love. And suppose that other person is also empty. When then two needy person come together, they both are asking from each other and none of them is ready to give. How that relationship would be. And that is why we see the relationships are so fragile because none is ready to give. And we keep listening these, right? You don't love me, you respect me, you don't trust me, please love me, isn't it? And then what happens? The blame game begins. You are the problem. The other one will say, you are the problem. You don't understand me. So we need to ask ourselves, what is that which I am offering? Am I offering something which is valuable to them? Because we can't pour anything from that empty cup. If I am full, then I can fulfill others whatever they want. But if I am empty, what I can offer? So these are like two different formulas of relationship. In one relationship, when I am full and I am trying, I am full and I'm ready to give something. In other relationship, I am empty. and I am just enter to take. Which formula will work better? Which formula will work? We all know, isn't it? So the question arises, how can I fill myself? How can I charge myself? Is there any lake where I can go, or is there any tap I can just switch it on and fill myself with love? Have you heard about any lake or any ocean like that? Or what is that plug-in to whom I can plug and I can charge my battery? Who is the charger? Do I know myself? And the fact is, no matter how much intellectually we are educated, but how much actually I know about myself. Who am I? So this is the one of the big question, and when we come to Brahmakumaris, this is the first lesson which we learn about our true identity, that I am not this body of flesh and bones. I am an energy. If you look on the slide right here, I reside. And I am a soul, whether you say soul, ruh, atma, conscience, whatever. But I am that energy, living energy, who thinks, who decides, and I perform the action accordingly. My impressions are created. And my original nature is peace. My original nature is joy and happiness. Whatever the role I am playing, if I'm a mother, then I'm playing the role of a mother, but I am a soul. This is, I think, the foundation of any relationship, knowing about my true self. So what is relationship? Relationships are not actually just labels what we see through. Relationship, mother and a daughter, mother and a child, or husband or a wife, neighbor to neighbor, friends to friends, colleagues to colleagues, boss and colleagues or employees. Those are just different roles. Different roles that soul is playing. So different roles are equals to different labels. But it's always between, the relationship is always between the two souls. So what is relationship? It's an exchange of energy between the two souls. And what we meant by exchange of energy means the thought I create, the feelings I create, the words I speak, the way I behave, all that vibration I create here and radiate to other person. Similarly, other person thinks, speaks, behave, all that vibration comes to me. That exchange of relationship is what creates that exchange of energy is what creates the relationship. So we need to hold on to this understanding that what is a relationship? It's an exchange of energy between the two souls. But as a society, as a community, we focus more on doing. And you might have heard we ask, what did you do in this relationship? And then other person will say, I have done this for you. And I have done more than my capacity. Even if you look at office also, we focus more on how the employee has performed, how much that employee has contributed to that organization. And even if you look in our day-to-day life, who has gifted what to whom? Even if we go to dinner in someone's house and we see, oh, how they have treated us, what they have cooked for us. So we focus more on doing, and it is very important to know what we are doing for each other. It's very important, but most of the time we don't focus on our thoughts, how we are thinking about them while doing it. So this is one of the very important thing which we need to understand. Relationship is not only about what we are doing for each other, but relationship relationship is about the way we are thinking about each other. And let's hold this understanding today so that we can understand in a better way. So why the relationships are not strong? The belief system is that relationship is based on what is visible. What is visible means the way I speak, the way we behave, what I do for each other, whatever is visible, and we think that is what is only creates the relationship. Because of this belief system, what we have done is we are smart people, isn't it? So we have created one converter inside, right here. We think something else and speak something else because we thought whatever is visible, that creates the relationship. If you look in the slide, there's a wonderful example. Somebody said, we were thinking of burritos for lunch. And she very lovingly said, I love burritos. And then while she's having the burritos, very negative thought, I hate burritos. Does it sound familiar? We all have this converter, isn't it? So suppose, let's take another example. Something had happened past week and I'm holding that critical feeling here. But when that person comes in front of me, I'm talking very lovingly that, oh wow, it's wonderful meeting you. So we know how that person will feel. And that is why we say we don't often feel loved because we are saying from mouth that it's lovely meeting you, but inside I have a wrong thought. So that person will get that energy that we are not very much connected inside. And that is why today the people are living in the same house, but not very well connected. Because we thought that my mind is private and thoughts cannot travel and either they know what is going on inside. But the truth is, thought radiates. Whatever I create here, that radiates. And that is why if you see today, the relationships are not very strong enough. The foundation is not strong. So if we don't like burritos, just an example, it's not you have to eat burrito today, but yeah, you can very politely say, no, I don't feel like, or I don't like, it's okay. We have to learn to get back to that integrity and honesty, which we are. Very softly and respectful manner we can say. Because that is the foundation to build a strong relationship. And because of this converter, we start creating the subtle conflict. Although we are doing a lot, but still we don't feel that much connected because of the weak foundation. And that creates the subtle conflicts. So what is conflict? When we know that we all are souls, then it's very easy to understand this conflict as well. Exchange of negative energy between the two souls. I am creating some wrong thoughts about someone, the other person also creating wrong thoughts about me, and that exchange of energy creates the conflict. So conflicts are of two types, visible and invisible conflict. Visible conflict, we all are aware of some arguments, or we are confronting each other, or two people don't get along very well. That is all visible, and we know that. That creates the visible. That is the visible conflict, although it's same exchange of energy. Invisible conflict, I'm talking very nicely, I'm behaving very nicely, but I'm not thinking right. So that, and how we know about it, when we come in person, then you don't feel very comfortable with each other. That's heavy energy. And that is the sign that there is some inner conflict going on. So if you look on the slide, you will notice that it all looks very much familiar. If you can look on the slide, You will notice all this is very much familiar to every one of us. I'm not going to go in detail why the things falls apart, but we focus more on how to make our relationship more stronger, how to sustain in a right way. But we need to ask ourselves, how does we feel after the conflict? Do we feel better? Do we feel better? Probably not. Sometimes if it's something, then it may go and on in our mind. And sometimes if it's little stronger, then that scene keep emerging in your mind. And we are not comfortable in that, isn't it? So at one point, if it gets little too much, and every day that conflict and every day that pain and suffering, we need to give a pause and ask ourselves, do I want to continue like this? We need to ask ourselves. And you if your inner voice says yes, then keep doing whatever you are doing. No need to change. But if your inner voice says, no, I am not comfortable, neither I am comfortable, nor the other person is comfortable, then we need to change. We need to take that first step to bring a change, to make a shift. Can we expect them to shift? Can we expect them to change? Nobody can change. I have only control over me. But thinking and taking that first step to bring the shift, that is the first step towards creating the harmony. So we need to ask ourselves, do I experience harmony within? And what does that mean, experiencing the harmony within? Means harmony between my thoughts and feelings. Am I feeling peaceful inside? Am I feeling that stillness within? Because if I am feeling stable inside, then whatever I speak, whatever I do will be in the right state, because my inner state is in the state of equilibrium. My inner state is in the state of stability. But if I don't experience that stability, then is there any possibility of harmony externally? It's very difficult, isn't it? So it is very important to connect to my original being, which I am, the being of light. Because if I'm not connecting with the original self, then there are two personalities with which I'm connecting because of the consciousness of role. Maybe I feel very much superior, that I am something, or I am nothing, either superiority or inferiority. But if I'm connected with my original being, I'm very stable, because the original nature of the being is peace, is joy, love, and happiness and dignity. And in that state of goodness, when I connect with other, so means I'm connecting with the goodness of others, because every being is beautiful, every being is full of peace, love, dignity. And that is the greatness of connecting with the goodness of others. The greatness is that I'm just connecting on the basis of that true self. I'm stabilized in the consciousness of who am I, that is very stable consciousness, and then I'm connecting. No position or possession, and then the greatness will emerge. The greatness is of humility, humble. So that is why I think this is very important to understand. The first step is to connecting within, experiencing that harmony within. And this is the secret for bringing the harmony in relationship. You might have heard lots of people will say, of course I love them. Of course, he's my child, I love them. He's my husband, I love him. But, well, we need to ask, Does that respect and love shows the way I treat them? Probably not. So it's very important to have the awareness of true self and have the awareness of the true self of each being, and then connecting with each other on the basis of that true divinity which I am. So, and then remember this formula, that relationship is an energy which is exchanged between the two souls. Then we always have that respect, dignity, and love for each other. And just this shift in our vision will bring so many shifts. So we'll hold on to this, what as relationship. The first shift of bringing of our consciousness means seeing each other as a soul. We can say that soul conscious vision will bring the first shift is expectation to acceptance. First, we need to ask ourselves what, why the people have expectation, why we have so much expectations from people. The soul's original nature is peace, love, and happiness. But I am not experiencing because I'm not connecting to myself. So I'm not experiencing it. But soul needs that. Soul wants to experience that. Just like this body needs air and water, similarly, soul wants to experience that. So what we have started doing is, if the people behave my way, I believe they love me. So we have created this equation of obeying is equals to love. If the child respect me, and I will only consider that respect if the child will do the way I wanted them to do. And no matter how much the child will say, no, mom, dad, I love you, I respect you. But we say, no, if you respect me, do like this. So this is the equation which we have created for ourselves so that I can feel love and care and respect. But if suppose today they are obeying also, can they change tomorrow? So whatever we want to experience, whatever we were trying to experience, we started seeking outside. So if I found anyone, or if I can get all these peace, love, and happiness from somewhere else, these expectations will finish, isn't it? So here comes the most important connection, that is connection to the source, connection to the supreme. And supreme is an ocean, ocean of love, ocean of peace and happiness. He is the source, that source which we, where you can just plug in and charge yourself, that source who is an ocean of love. So the population of today is around 7.5 billion. All 7.5 billion, God can encompass them into his love, and each one will be equally loved, because he is an ocean of love, and we can experience unconditional love from him. So this is one of the most important relationship, and I hope everyone should experience this at least once in a lifetime, because once you experience, you will not leave it. And that is the deep personal, when I have the deep personal relationship with him, I connect with him, and then I start downloading that love, peace, and happiness. And the more I become full, my self-value strengthen, and every day it keeps on increasing. And the first sign that I am connecting with him in a right way is my expectation will be reduced, and I will start accepting people more and more the way they are. I will not expect much from people. That will slowly and gradually, because now I am full. I don't want the people to be my way, to experience that love and happiness I'm getting from him. And that is the permanent relationship, permanent source. And this is what we learn in Raja Yoga meditation, how to connect to Supreme, my father, my mother. And acceptance, actually, it's a sign of inner strength. If you look on the slide, there's a statement: it's better to lose an argument than losing your relationship and you still win. Do you think so? Is it true? It's better to lose an argument than losing relationship and you still win. Because acceptance is the sign of inner strength. Suppose I'm having conversation with someone and I'm about to come in a conflict. Before it becomes a conflict, and I recognize the sign and I step back with humility, with dignity, and I said, yes, it's okay. So there is a very nice interpretation of this word harmony, har mani. In Hindi, har mani means I accept defeat. I'm not trying to prove myself right. I'm not trying to prove that I know better than you. I just accept defeat. And that's really win, because I have saved myself from that conflict and I have not lost my peace here. I'm still peaceful. It's a win. And I have saved other person also. So it goes further like har mani, jhagda tuta, means accept the defeat and the argument ends. And that is why lots of time you hear we say count 10, take a pause. But suppose if somebody is needling you, do you count 10? 1, 2, 3, and then another person is needling you? It means actually take a pause. So in Hindi we say mukh mein mulahra dalo. Put a bead in your mouth. Means take a pause. Take a pause, because otherwise most of the time we get carried away in that heat of a moment. Because in that heat of moment only the reactions happen. So if I take a pause, if I put a bead in my mouth for a moment and then I look at the same situation, then I can see the things in a different way and my response will be completely different. And all these beautiful things we learn here in BRAHMAKUMARIS. Harmony, harmony, mukh mein mulhara dalo, all this. But we need lots of strength to do this, because once you do it, then you know how beneficial it is for us, and then we can do more and more, and then it becomes our habit. So we need lots of power for all this, and that power we get from the Supreme. And also one thing is important to remember at the right time. And other shift which that soul conscious vision will bring is detachment and love. So we know attachment. So if we see attach, what is actually attachment? One is the physical attachment. You might have seen if we tie two peoples together, then if one fall, other don't have any choice. That person will also fall. Or if we take an example of conjoined twins, if they are joined together, so if there one is sitting, other has to sit. If one falls, other will fall. That is the physical attachment. The other is emotional attachment. And the belief system is that if one is crying, I can give my shoulder and say, oh, you can cry on because I love you so much. I care for you. Suppose 4 persons are walking and one fell into the pit. 3 also jumped because we are in love with each other. That is one way of living. So emotional dependency means my mental state depend on your emotion. My emotional state, or we can say the state of my mind, depend on your state of mind. If you behave good to me, I am good to you. If you are rude to me, I am rude to you. That is one way of living, and we think that is what the way of life is. And that is why we consider is a love-hate relationship. If they are good to me, I am good. If they are rude, I am rude. If they are upset, I am upset. Complete dependency. Do we like it? Do you like it? We don't like it, isn't it? We want stability. And then here comes the detachment. But we need to understand what is detachment, because detachment has a bad press, and not this word is not liked by most of the people. But we need to understand what is detachment, and then we start liking it. Detachment doesn't mean coldness. Detachment doesn't mean rejection. Detachment doesn't mean just to run away from people or relationship or no. Detachment means emotional independence. My state of mind does not depend on your state of mind. Why? Because I am detached from my own skin. I'm detached from my own role. Suppose if I'm playing a role of a wife and husband shouts, but I am detached from the role. I am stabilized in the consciousness of who am I, a peaceful being. I will be safe from that hurt. I will not hold that hurt. Even I'll try to understand why that person is upset. So what will happen? I'll try to lift them out of that pain. This is called as the emotional dependence. One is angry, other is peaceful. One is irritated, the other is calm. One is rude, but we are always loving. So that word, we like it, isn't it? Unconditional love. And that is only possible with detachment. And this detachment takes lots of practice and lots of power. Detached state. And when I'm detached, then definitely I will not try to control or possess anything or anyone. So I will say detachment is like a mask. Like nowadays we wear mask for to protect ourselves from COVID. Similarly, this detachment is like a shield or a mask to protect ourselves from this emotional dependencies. This is a beautiful way of living, detached but giving unconditional love, have wonderful feeling for everyone. And the other thing is always see the goodness. Because if you see everyone, every single being has lots of goodness, but we have developed this habit of seeing the fault. And why is that? Because if I like person and I have a good relationship with that person, then I will only see goodness. I will talk about their goodness, I will talk about their specialties, and even if I go and even I will try to let other people know that this person has this goodness. We will mention that goodness with others also. But if I don't get along with that person, then what will I see? Only fault. And then I will never mention about their goodness to others also, because I am not having a very good connection with that person. So rather than connecting with the divinity, I am not I'm like living in a falsehood. So can we make that shift? Can we switch that around and see only what is truth? And that is only possible when I am stabilized in my own truth. And then what happens is it has the benefit for myself only. Because if I see the goodness, that's what I will churn about. Because whatever I see, that has the impact on my awareness. And accordingly, I feel. If I see goodness, I see, I think, I feel. And we all want to feel good. So this is one of the way. And then that goodness will also start coming in me. Similarly, the reverse also. If I see fault in others, the first thing is that it will pollute my own awareness. I don't feel good. So it's always better to see the goodness in others. So I will say, in order to bring harmony in relationship, we need to make a little shift in ourselves. And I will say 3 A's: awareness, attitude, and atmosphere. Awareness of my true self, who am I, and stabilize in that stable consciousness of I, the being, a peaceful, a divine being, and very important connection with the Supreme. And this is something which everyone should experience. And because this connection with me and connection with the Supreme, I will get the platform, the solid platform on which I can build the strong relationships with my family and friends. And this is what is Raj Yoga meditation, which we learn here in Brahmakumaris. So we have the courses every month and it's free. So I will encourage everyone to join because this is something which we need to learn and practice and see, because everyone experience is its own. The second is attitude. When I'm in my own awareness and the aware and in the lap of Supreme, then I'm filled with the goodness, filled with that peace, love, and harmony. In a harmony I experience, then accepting others very easy. I will be in a detached state and seeing the goodness of others. So my attitude will be filled with the goodness, and then it propels into the atmosphere, because whatever I create, that radiates into the atmosphere. And we say harmony with the nature, because whatever I feel, think, that radiates into the atmosphere. And if my awareness and attitude is good, then definitely I will spread the fragrance of that love, peace, harmony into the atmosphere. So, and it does not take much time. Every day, few minutes. Once we learn, then only few minutes every day. And if we want really to support our family, then we have to strengthen ourselves emotionally. Because if I am emotionally strong, then I can really help others also in our family. And the other thing which I will say, which plays a very important role, is our food. Cook at least one meal. The parent should cook at least one meal for the family, and that too not with the intention, oh, I have to cook. No, cook with lots of love, that I'm cooking for the one above, and I'm cooking for my loving family, and put lots of love and peace while cooking, and then serve that meal. That actually helps a lot. That's subtle, but it helps a lot. And I'm telling with my own experience. So I will stop here. Let's experience meditation for a few minutes. I'll play some music. I'll speak some thoughts and I will invite you all to follow that. Sit comfortably. Take a deep breath. Relax your body. Very gently. Withdraw yourself and let go of all the labels this body represents. Let me take all my attention to the center of my forehead, right behind my eyes. Where I, the soul, reside. I become aware of my true self, and I know that I'm completely separate from this physical body. Just observe yourself, a tiny spark of living energy. Located at the center of the forehead. My true nature is peace, and peace is my power. Rays of peace are spreading to every cell of my body. With the power of my mind, I travel beyond the roof, beyond the sound, beyond five elements, into the dimension of unlimited silence, a region of golden red light and stillness. See yourself just a point of light. Here I see, I feel the presence of Supreme, my Father, my Mother, my best friend, who's the ocean of love, purity, peace, and power. See yourself surrounded by His love. He embraced me, accepts me as I am. His rays of love, healing all the pain I have been carrying. and fills me with self-respect and gives me the power to respect everyone. I am filled with God's love and power. Now I prepare to come back. I bring my thoughts back into this physical world, but with the awareness that I am a child of ocean of love, and so is everyone around me. I radiate only love and peace to everyone. I radiate only love and peace to everyone. Om Shanti. Thank you. So, just few words about our organization. BRAHMAKUMARIS World Spiritual Organization is a non-profit organization founded in 1937, and it has a global presence in 130 countries with more than 8,500 centers and over 1 million practicing members worldwide. BRAHMAKUMARIS Silicon Valley Center is located in Milpitas at 540 South S.Abel Street, and we offer free Raj Yoga meditation courses, seminars, webinars, kids living values classes, parenting classes, and retreats. This center is led by Sister Kusum, who is the director of the center. She is practicing meditation since childhood, and she has surrendered her complete life for this godly service. From the last 38 years, she came to Bay Area 25 years back from Mumbai, and she's a great teacher, mentor, and a guide. And actually, I will tell with my own experience. Her name is Kusum. That means flower, a fragrant flower. And she is just like that, always blossom and keep spreading the fragrance of love, care, and blessings. So thank you so much, Didi. And our email address is contact@svbrahmakumaris.org. We do not charge a fee for our courses and retreats, but contributions help us to do more for the society. Our work continues with contributions made by those who have received benefit and wanted others to be benefited. And our organization is a non-profit organization, so whatever the contribution you make are fully tax deductible. And for contribution, you can go to svbrahmakumaris.org/donation. And we have a wonderful events coming up. Next Saturday, we have a talk, and the topic is how to let go and release the past. Again, one step to bring harmony in your life. How to Let Go and Release the Past. And this is by one of the very senior sister. Her name is Rajani Daulat Ram. She is the national coordinator for the Philippines and Japan since 1982, and she's practicing meditation for more than 50 years now. Sister Rajni is a highly motivational speaker on the topics such as positive thinking, self-empowerment, living values. So I will encourage everyone to go to our website and register. And the timing for this talk is not at 12, it's 6 p.m. next Saturday, October 24th, 6 p.m. And you can get all the details in your chat window. And then we have a wonderful program going on, 21 days of spiritual fitness challenge. So it offers the spiritual vitamins for curing the emotional deficiencies. And also we have a Raj Yoga meditation course coming up and starts from November 7th, and it will be in both the language, English and Hindi. And we also have living values classes for kids every Sunday from 10:30 to 11:30 a.m. And we also have the parenting classes, and that is shifting from stressful to peaceful parenting. That is also every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. You get all the details in your chat window. Also, you can go to our website as brahmakumaris.org. So now